Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back, and it doesn't suck as much. I hope. Yeah, I guess like I can only stream in 2-hour blocks, and then it just kind of shits itself. So, should be back. Should be back. All right. I might just wait a minute for like everything to kick up a bit. Hopefully we're not too unstable. Oh, it's a bit average. We'll see. Might stop musicking. Might stop musicking. Music might be causing issues. Let's close down some things. Alright, I think we're back. Hopefully this holds out for a bit. If it shits itself again, we may call it a day and go to day 3. I mean, doing this in a day was kind of just like a joke. We'll just keep going until it's done, I think. It's kind of just fun to tweak with this. So we were particles. Alright, we got bullets hitting things. I don't think we need a particle bullet for bullets hitting things. Things spawning? Yeah, we could do a little animation or something on things spawning. We haven't touched the animation system yet, which is something we could do. But we might... I don't think we need to do animation yet. Cool, we are back. It's better now? Awesome! That's what I wanted. I had a feeling it was like a problem with, like, I don't know, software. Maybe my internet was like, you've been uploading constantly for 2 hours. I'm gonna cut you off that drug. It's like, okay. Maybe my router is having an intervention, or it's like overheating. I don't know. Might go see after the stream. So let's just play around. Let's see what we're up to. I turned the music off just because it may have been causing issues with like internet lag. I don't know. I don't trust Spotify sometimes. We got the pew pew. Man, I can't really. We could do music, but at the same time, I'm absolutely not a music person. Like, I am atrocious. I'm trying to learn, but I'm not very good. So we could attempt that, but I think music might just be a case of like finding something online that sounds cool, or we just do something really simple. I don't know. Let's. Part of me wants to get into polish, but I almost feel like doing polish as like a separate thing. Even though particles are kind of polishing, but like sort of doing like screen shake and shit like that and making the game more fun. I kind of want to I want to do like a whole day of polish. I think that'll be fun. So I kind of want to keep that for like a separate stream. As for what we can do today, let's just find music. Let's just find some tune. Let's go to let's get some free song and just download it, and let's have a listen. Let's get like the most like generic royalty free music that I know of. Let's get classic Kevin MacLeod. This guy is an absolute meme. His music is just great. I love this dude's music. I think it's hilarious. Top 19 most downloaded? Absolutely. Where did that go? Top 19 most downloaded. This is the stuff of legends. This stuff is like, I don't know what that is. Danger Storm, dude. Well, that's hype as fuck, man. That's not appropriate. We want some like chiptune. We're going with like that chiptune aesthetic. So, where does he have? Does he do them by? Does Kevin MacLeod do? We'll pull this over here so you guys can see. May as well. Does Kevin MacLeod do music by? He used to have like albums and stuff. That's view collections. I think collections is what I'm looking for. Oh man, this is really taking a while to load. How much is this chugging my Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Video Classica. I think that's the one. I think this is the one full of the like just atrocious chiptunes. All right, let's get something that like fairly high BPM. Hyper Mega Ultra Storm. Oh, dude. This is pretty good. Like, unironically, this isn't horrible. It's pretty good. The piano's a bit weird, but we can work with it. I think this is definitely on the short list. Like I said, I'm no music person, but alright, we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that's the short list. What's this one sound like? Pukatorian Friends? That's way too happy. No, we're not doing that. Salty Diddy. This is like a pirate song. No. That's not appropriate in the slightest. Cyborg Ninja. What's this like? Yeah. It's kind of like, nah, it's a bit too like, sort of, yeah, it's not quite. We want like space tunes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I like that, but not quite. Oh, there's 4 pages of this stuff. Let's get like can we get a link to this? Let's just download it. Let's just go ahead. Royalty free. Love it. I'm gonna make a folder. New folder. We're gonna call it music. Mega Hyper Ultra Storm.mp3. That's a start. Let's go to the next page. Here's 4 pages of this stuff. This Danger Storm, 80 BPM. That's a slow one. I think we listened to this before. Yeah, I think we did. Blip Stream. You love this and you know it. It's a little bit simple and a bit complicated. That's a hard sentence to say. This is okay. That's like what the opening's theme would be, right? Like that's not really what we want. Wagon Wheel Electronic. This is gonna be horrible. I already know. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? That has the worst opening in any song I've ever heard. That just walks in, falls over, and then like while bleeding all over the counter, just like gets up and starts dancing. Like that doesn't enter very well at all. Jesus Christ. Reformat. This isn't bad. Apparently this also loops perfectly, so... I'm okay with this. No, I think I like this. I'm gonna try reconnecting. Keeps cutting out? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, try refreshing. It might be a weird thing with Twitch. I don't know. Yeah, the stream's been up and down a bit recently. Yeah, Wagon Wheel needs to be a meme. I really, god damn it, that's just painful. I like this song. Apparently there's like a really fast version, like a 170 BPM version. The uncompressed download comes in a 140 BPM and a super hyped up 170 BPM. I think I need my music to be OGG anyway. Is this OGG? Oh, that's a Sellify link. I'm not clicking that shit. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep looking. Jaunty Gumption. This is gonna be bad. I know that. Oh, it's this song. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it's a lot of this music is like you go to like a YouTube channel and like a lot of them will use these songs. Because this is like everyone bloody comes here for like royalty free music. Which is exactly why I'm here. Show your moves. What's this like? As it slowly loads. Slowly. No? Oh. It's not very good. Yeah, it's a bit boring. Is that? No, it's not what I thought it was. Because we want Spasmatica Polka? This has got to be bad, right? Yeah, it's this song. Yeah, I think everyone's heard this song at least once in their life. Just gonna keep that playing. Oh, never mind. I think we got some decent songs. What's Kick Shock sound like? No, I hate that song. Again, I've heard a bunch of these songs already, so a lot of them are like, maybe not. Did we download that? Did we download this other one? This what's Rhinoceros like? This is okay. It's got some weird rhythms that don't sound good at all with like the instrument he's using. I say I'm not a music person, here I am like critiquing music like I know it. It's okay, it takes a while to sort of get good though. Whereas this is like, yeah, whereas like this actually starts immediately. This also loops, which is good. I think the fact that this loops is really important. Does Mega Ultra Hyper thing loop? Yeah, VLC, give me that. Does this loop? Oh, it's a bit loud. Let's see if it loops. No, it doesn't loop at all. It just ends. I think we go with the one that loops. I think that's important. We'll download this. Okay, so we're gonna use reformat. I think it's 6 megabytes. That's not bad. I think we actually do need to turn it into an OGG file because Godot I don't believe takes MP3s, but we'll find out. I'm going to do music. I'm just going to do a singleton. Systems music player. And I'm just going to put it in here. We'll bring the tunes back. We'll bring Spotify back. Bring some tunes. Because I don't think it was really all that caused by Spotify. The lag, that is. OnlineAudioConverter.com. That looks like the absolute like sketchiest fucking place, but I'll probably use it. Let's see what it's like. I'm gonna close this. Oh, bring it over. Let's bring it over. What's it look like? It can do OGG. Sweet, it can do OGG in decent quality apparently. We may as well do this now. Can I just drag this? Boom. Hoi, there we go. The wonders of modern computing. You can just drag things in. Audacity? Yeah, actually, Audacity is probably a better idea. Because I do have Audacity. And I think Audacity can just export. Yeah, we'll do Audacity. Look at that chug. I think it's trying to like load one of my hard drives. Yeah. Alright, let's go this PC. God damn, can you just take me to the file? No? Alright, I guess we're finding it. Oh man, look at all these folders. Oh boy. Music. Reformat. Cool. Wow, that's a lot of noise. Export audio as OGG Vorbis. Quality, absolutely a 7. Let's go 7. No, we don't want to save it in Deco 1100. We want to save it where we were. Come on. Folders. Godot. Twin stick. Music. Cool. Save. Oh, man, what are those? Those comments. It's like a hex key. What the fuck? Encoded by iTunes? Sure, whatever, dude. That's some weird, like, MP3 encoding he's got on his stuff. I feel like that comment is like a fucking, like a tracking cookie or some shit. Insane. Jason Oakley posted on my post on Facebook. I assume that's you, someone, in the chat, because you posted the link to the GD quest thing. Am I not allowing links in my chat? I don't know. I should be. We got that online audio converter stuff going on, so odd. Save changes, nah. All right, so cool thing you can do with singletons is singletons don't have to be node. They can be anything. Do I remember what the music node is? Player. Stream player? Yes. Stream player. I'm gonna have to pull up the help for this, because stream player, because I have no idea how to do it again. So we need to set stream to an audio stream. Okay, what the hell is that? I'm gonna close these two. Audio stream, base class for audio streams. Audio streams use the music playback or other types of streams that don't. See, this is what I mean by. Oh, audio stream Octavobus. That absolutely doesn't help at all. Yeah, I mean, you talk about shit Godot documentation, and it's like example number 1. I think you might have an idea of what my name is. It's fine. It's publicly available information now. My question is, how do we do this? Like, I need an audio stream, right? I wonder if I can just load the Ogvorbis file and it'll just give it to me. Let's just go like in-game music equals. Can I just preload the resource? Oh, what was it called? Music reformat .ogg. So what is this? What resource type is this? It is a resource. Good. Okay. I wonder if I can make a new resource. Let's go create a new resource. Audio stream Ogvorbis? Oh, it is one. That's what. Okay. Never mind. This is already. So if I load this, I should then be able to just pass it into set stream to be in game music, and then play. Float offset. Just play. Yeah? Let's just like add this to project settings. See what happens. This may be loud as fuck. I guess we'll find out. Music player, add, close. Let's just play our game. Does it work? Does it crash? Let's find out. Oh, absolutely. It 100% works. I think the question is, will it loop? I think that is the big question. Will it loop when we restart? Well, when the song ends. I'm gonna turn down desktop audio because I know it's very loud at the moment. This isn't bad. This isn't the worst. Go. That was confusing because there was like music going on in the background as well through Spotify, but in-game music was too thumping, way too thumping. It's a real banger. Yeah, I'm like 100% okay with that. Do we have like, is there like a thing to make the audio repeat? Do I have to set that? Should I go set loop? Let's just like make sure. Let's just go like set loop to true. I don't know if it has that by default, so we'll just make sure. Cool. Score high score. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think that's the next plan, is like have a score counter that when the game starts, we have like a little score counter. High score, yeah, it's a little more advanced. We can have like we can do local high score fairly easily. Just like a case of how much of a score have you gotten on this one computer. Online high scores, that's a bit more. Actually, no, that is a bit more. Score counter is easy. Yeah, score counter is definitely easy. Like doing like a high score table, sort of next level, and then we could look at online scores. It's wow. This song is very aggressive. And yeah, we can go from there. I might take like a 5-minute break. Just real quick. I need to get some food. I'm a little hungry. Top 10 local scores. Yeah. I'll be back in a little bit, and then we'll look at high scores. Look, I even got the text for it. Bam. Be right back. All right. I'll be back in a bit. Alright. We are back. Get rid of that text. So, High scores. So, what I was thinking, we can just have, you know, for now, simple enemies, just the basic asteroids that we have, they can just be 1 point each. So you get a point. I mean, we could go like really like obnoxious and make them like 100 points each. So when you get a score of like 6 million, it's like, man, 6 million is quite a lot. It's like you get a score of like, man, 2,300. That's like a real good score. When really it's just 23. So if we wanna be a bit sneaky, we can. I think your bullet doesn't move. Oh, have you made sure to? You can send me the code somewhere. I don't know, but 50 points each. We do 50 points. Let's just give them. Let's give them a variable. Oh, we'll do a constant. Let's do a constant. We could do like a score multiplier as well, something like that, where if you kill, you have like a combo meter. If like you kill multiple enemies within like a combo time, it's like 50, 100, 200 each, and so on. Points. But that's later. We'll start with points. We'll do points 50. So killing 2 of them is 100 points, which is it's a good number. So the way we probably want to do this is, let's think about where we put the points. The points would probably go on the player, so the player will have a certain number of points. Points will start at 0. So if points start at 0, then we want to have a way of increasing those points. I think some kind of signal would be good, but at the same time, I don't really want to have the player listening for a signal on like sort of like every enemy. Like I don't really want to have to connect the player to every enemy. Basically, that's just tedious. So what we could do is we could have some kind of points manager. Now, whether we make this a singleton, I think we can make this a singleton. So we have a scene, we have a node, we have a script that the enemies all connect to, and they say when an enemy dies, or the point listener can just listen for when an enemy dies, and the enemy can say, I have died and I've given up this many points, or something like that. And then in response, the score manager could go and call a signal that says, you know, this many points have been awarded to whoever. Doesn't matter, there's just this many points. And then the player can listen to that and go, okay, that many points have been awarded, I'm going to collect those points. So we could do that with signals, because I like signals. Signals are fun. Paste bin. Let me look at this code. Alright, let's take a look, see. Well, first of all, it's auto-detected you as using Python, which I always find funny. Because GDScript is very Pythonic. Set fixed process true. Set pos get pos plus direction times speed times delta. var speed 2000, var director vector 2. Have you set, so one thing I kind of forgot to show is that you want to set direction to something. So when you instance this bullet, I'll go to it in my code, but you'll notice that when in my player script, down here where I'm firing my bullet, I'm instancing the scene, and then I'm setting the direction to be something. So you want to make sure that you're setting the direction to something, because by default the direction will be this direction will be nowhere. Like it won't point anywhere. It'll be 0, 0. So when you're going get pos plus direction times speed times delta, this all just becomes 0, because direction is basically 0 at the moment. So I guess if your bullets aren't moving, that's the one thing I can think of what might be happening, is you got to make sure that you go, when you instance your bullet, in this case I'm going like new bullet equals bullet scene.instance, you want to go new bullet dot direction equals some direction. And make sure that this vector that you give it, this direction that you're facing, is a normal vector. So what I mean by that is a vector that is at some point equal to something that's like something dot normalized. Bit of vector math. Basically, a normal vector is a vector of length 1. Because if we do like, let's do math. Let's bring up paint. Let's do some paint diagrams. So like if let's get like a thick pen, thick as fuck. So if we get like, if I have like a vector, right? Let's say like it starts here and it goes like this direction. Man, that's an atrocious vector. If this is like the x value, and this is like the y value, we want this value here to be 1. For reasons, because math. Because then when we multiply this by like our speed, which is like 200, it'll make this length here 200, and the x and y will change to whatever they need to be to like accommodate that length. But if this vector here is like 1.5 or some random value, when you times it by 200, this is going to be like way much. It's going to be like 300 or something. So normalizing a vector, what it does is if I have some random vector like that, you know, starts at a point and has like some x and y value, in this case it's obviously just an x value, and if this is like, you know, this would be like x equals like, let's say like x equals like 10 here. This would be like a length 10 vector because it's just on the x-axis. What normalizing a vector does is it keeps the direction, but it makes it of length 1. So now the length is 1. So you always want to normalize your vectors. Not always, most of the time. There's cases where you do and cases where you don't. Long story short, when using the direction thing of your bullets, always make sure that you're setting it to like something dot like normalized. Just do that, you know. But that's all I can think of that is wrong as in your code, at least for now. Yeah, like the rest of it looks fine. Be careful with... are these bullets being fired at the player by, like, an enemy, I assume? Because one thing that you have to sort of be aware of is that when you're firing, like, a bullet from a player, like, especially if you're firing it from, like, inside the player at, like, 0-0, it'll, like, start inside the player. So you have to be aware that if you're doing... If like, the player is firing this bullet, then it'll immediately delete itself, because it'll go... The bullet will fire and it'll go... I'm currently inside the player, and then delete itself. But if these are bullets coming from the enemy, then obviously different. It works now? Awesome. Yeah, so you just forgot to set your direction. Yeah. So this is kind of a weird thing where it's like, this bullet script isn't entirely... It's not entirely self-contained. Like, it needs someone to tell it where to go, basically. Cool. What were we doing? Scores, right. We're doing some funky thing with scores. Now that I've, like, talked about the player a bunch, I almost don't even feel like doing all that crazy shit with the scores. I almost just want to go, like... Is there another way? Do I have a way of getting a score from the player when I hit it? Or score from the thing, the enemies when I hit them? Not really, because the only thing that knows, that is aware of a bullet of an enemy dying, is the bullet and the enemy, essentially, and then whatever the enemy screams at. Yeah, let's have the enemy scream at the score. Yeah, let's do a score thing. Another script. Hooray, we're doing a lot of singletons. Real programmers would scream at me for doing this many singletons, but man, I don't care. Score manager. I don't think we need anything. We just want a function called like score received. Score. And we want to have a signal called like score. Yeah, let's just call it score and then like value. And here we want to emit signal, and we want to go score and then score. Simple. So that's really quite simple. This is just important because it means we have something that is really easy to access by the enemies and the players without having to do like spaghetti connections. Because I'm not a fan of spaghetti connections. At least this way it's... Can everything hear the asteroid's cry of terror? So everything can hear it, technically? It's... Well, no. So the way signals work is you can only hear a signal if you are specifically listening for it. So I can make the player hear the died signal. The only problem is that I have to constantly be updating the player to be listening to all of the different signals. Because each instance of the enemy has its own signal emitter. So the player will have to have a reference to all the enemies and say, you know, connect to this signal on this enemy, and then connect to the signal on this one, and this one, and this one. And we're doing it with the radar, technically, but I don't really want to do it anywhere else. I kind of... The radar being aware of enemies, of where enemies are, makes sense, because that's the radar's job. The radar's job is to point to enemies. So the radar having references to enemies, at least briefly, I don't think is a big deal. But with the player, I don't really want the player themselves to know where the enemies are. I kind of want it to just be a case of like, the player fires a bullet, the bullet hits the enemy cries, the enemy sends its score to like the score manager, and then the player's listening to the score manager. That's what I'm thinking. It is kind of like, it's sort of adding a middleman, but it's the kind of thing where I don't mind the middleman having a reference to all of this. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, no, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna keep doing it this way. Because I can have it where, I can make it where the enemies kind of connect themselves to the player, but that is kind of getting into spaghetti. It's getting a little spaghetti. Whereas at least this, there will always be a score manager, where there's not necessarily always going to be a player. But because the score manager is a singleton, there should always be a score manager. Cool. So, an enemy when it starts should connect its died signal to the target of get node. And again, I'm using get node, but because it's only to a singleton, I'm okay with it because it's not appearing. Project settings, score manager. I didn't bloody add it. God damn it. Score manager. Yeah, because like the score manager is always going to be there because it's a singleton. I'm kind of okay with doing it this way. What are we sending it to? We're calling what was it called? Score received? Received. I before E except after C. I should really do that. I before E. Wait. No, I am right. I before E. Yeah, fuck. God damn it. I was right the first time. I fuck up the word received so often. We had this other project we're working on. Me and my team from Dragon Pig. And I misspelled received in like one place. And the code didn't work and it didn't tell us. It was just silently breaking. And it was so funny. Because we were all just like, why the fuck isn't this working? Do I have to send an array? array binds. Yeah, I do. Points. And it was all because I don't know how to fucking spell received. So that's been like my big thing nowadays, is learning how to spell the word received. Yeah, so we're connecting when we die to... We're doing like a inverse connection. Instead of connecting to ourselves, we're connecting to something else. So then when we die, we send score received to the player, to the score manager. And then the player is going to connect the score manager signal to themselves. Do we have a function here for receive score? We don't. Func receive score. I did spell that correctly. Added points? What are we calling? We're calling it points. We're going to call it score here. Because points and score are different, right? You score points and you have a score made up of points. Yeah. English is weird. Yeah, absolutely. So score plus equal added points. You score points and your score is made up of points. What the fuck? So in our ready, we want to go get... No, we want to connect the call of... Wait. Shit, no, you can't... Wait a minute. I'm confusing myself. You can only connect... You can only connect on this... Right, so I have to connect on the thing that's sending the signal. So I have to go get node score manager dot connect. Yeah, because it's their signal. So I have to go score and then to self. Yeah, okay, and then method score receive. Wait, can score received? Score received. Receive score. Receive score. So am I sending something? Emit signal. Wait. Fuck. What am I? Wait. Jesus Christ. Oh, wait a minute. Connect. Died. Score received points. Get node. This. Connect. Score. To. Wait. Jesus Christ. I'm confusing the fuck out of myself right now. I think just... Yeah? Score? What am I doing? Wait. I'm confusing the shit out of myself right now. I'm gonna have to read docs. Do I have to read docs, or can I just read code I've written? I'm just gonna read code I've written. So, when I'm emitting something, when I'm emitting a signal, I'm just saying... Did I get emit signal? Am I'm like confusing the bejeebies out of me. So emit signal died with no parameters. This one I'm connecting died, and the function I'm calling is score received, and the parameters I'm sending to it are points. My points. Points on my computer. Whereas here, I'm going, go up there, connect to, when it calls score, the target is me, and my function receive score. I don't think I need to apply any of that. Right. I am confuzzling the shit out of myself. So I've connected died, so when... Okay. Let's try it. Let's just see what crashes, because absolutely it will crash at some point. Oh, it's working. Okay, well then let's get a visual representation of scoring then. Let's get a UI element. Part of me wants to be like really hip and indie and like do like a thing where like the score like sits like next to the player, like a sort of like on-screen UI thing, like The Division, where it's like the UI and like The Division where it like follows the player. I think that would be cool. Again, because I don't want, like, if I can prevent people from having to look, like if I can keep all the information localized, I think that would be cool. So let's try that. Let's do like a UI that follows the player. How would I do that? Let's look at our control nodes. Can do container. Container's just the simple one. I think container is the right idea. Just a container with a label in it. Or just a label. We'll do a container with a label in it because we might want to do other stuff. Player UI. I am just going to do it on the player. I'm not going to instance it or anything because I don't think I need to. So we're going to add to this a label. Yeah, just a label. We just want some text. Label. And we'll call this point score. Not points. Points is different. I want to put it like there. I forget where the radar is. I think the radar is somewhere around here, so we'll keep it separate from the radar. We'll keep it out. Font. I think we're just going to use the same font we've been using. So new dynamic load font. There's an ant on my computer. Gross. GameOver.ttf. Size. Let's give it like a classic 30. Cool. Alright, let's give it a default text of just 0. That looks fucking horrible. Jesus Christ, is that what the font looks like when it's that small? Yeah. Dude. It's kind of gross. Does it look better with bitmaps? No. Does it look better with filter? Not at all. Does it just need to be bigger? It still looks kind of shit. This is gonna have to be like really big. Man, that UI, that text looks atrocious. Make the label a child of player. Yeah, like, so the label can just be a child of player, but I might want to add more to this UI later, so I'm just putting the container there just to be safe. So I don't have to fuck with things later on. Move the score to be on the player. This should still do the same thing. I'm gonna... Let's just see what it looks like compared to the radar. Well, yeah, first of all, it rotates, which I need to get to fixing at some point. Man, this song is a banger. It also collides with the radar, so it needs to be further out. Yeah, I do like the radar. I think the radar is really nice. This needs to be like all the way out here. Do I make the text even bigger? No, I think the text is fine. I think the text is fine as is. I'm going to move this up on the Z layer. Can I do that? Oh, bullshit, I can't. That's annoying. It should be fine. It should be okay. We could just plonk this up to #1. It's just so it's above everything. Any errors? So it's definitely outside the radar now. We just need to make it not rotate. Shouldn't be hard. It's just going to be a script. And we've done this before, so we did it with the radar, so it's the same kind of thing. Where entities, player, I'm going to call it player UI. literally just set process true. Gee, was that the way we did it, or was there an easier way? Player radar. Player. Oh, we were just doing it in here. Yeah, we're just going radar node set global rot to 0. I should do it in the same place, really. We'll keep this script for now. This may be useful, but it'll be empty. Oh no, yeah, this script will most definitely be useful. Because we will use it for updating our score. So player UI scene node on ready var player UI. Oh, we'll just call it UI. UI node get node player UI. Global pause rot 0. Let's see what that looks like. Non-existent. Are you kidding me? Non-existent. You fuck. So I think this needs to be a node 2D. Which, yeah, we'll just make this a node 2D. It's fine. Shouldn't cause any problems. But if that's a node 2D, it means we have access to rotation, apparently. Apparently containers don't have rotation. Godot is weirdly inconsistent sometimes. Let's try it now. Yep, UI, yep, radar is out of the way. Looks good. Text is a little small still. I might bump it up just a bit. And then let's just go 100. Let's just go 100. One hundo. Move it slightly out. Quick save. I'm not gonna filter it. No, I'm gonna keep it as is. And then and now. So there's like a really naive way of sort of setting the text. Like we could just do it every frame, which nah, not a huge fan. So we're gonna use more signals. Or I guess we can just, because I want the player to have the score, because I think that makes sense. It's just the player should, when the player receives a score update, it should then update the player UI. Update score, new score. And then in here we will reference the score node. Set text to be the new score. Yeah, new score. So when the player receives the score, it's gonna go UI node dot update score. It's going to give it the score. So now we've got like this chain going down of sending the score update, and it crashes instantaneously. What was the error? Valid type set text and base label. Is it just dot text? Maybe it's just dot text. It's not dot text. What is it? Dot set text. What the hell? What do you mean there's no... What the fuck? Did I just misspell it? What the hell? Can't convert... Oh, can't convert into string. Can't you just... Fine. I was thinking, I was just like, no, we don't need to parse it. We can just set it, it's fine. No, apparently not. I think one thing we need to do is we need to make this text align to the left, because it will very quickly start overlapping our radar. Yeah, I think... Oh, it's getting close. Right, I'm gonna do a little small little change to make the text align to the right. And I think now to fill out from the right. So where is it? It's just on the edge now. If we get to 1,000 points. It shouldn't be hard. So apparently this game is very easy. Alright. Yeah, awesome. So that's pretty much what I wanted. No, it does seem to be sneaking up on us. Let's fix that by just giving it space. Easy. So we have a score. So let's, when we die, so first of all, we need player UI to disappear when we die. That's a really annoying thing we're going to have to be doing a lot. Whenever we add something to the scene, to the player scene, if it needs to disappear, first of all, this can just be radar node, I believe. And then UI node set hidden true. Yeah, we got this annoying thing. This function is ugly, but also at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's gotta happen. Let's just check. Yeah, cool. So we should add the score to the game over screen. So let's add another label. That is not what I wanted at all. I want to duplicate this one. And let's go align center. Let's change the text to be like score. And so when this script gets run, we need to change this text to be what the score is. So in our game over, so let's add func set score. Oh, what did I do on the score? Set score get. Oh man, I just realized how fucking ugly this is gonna be. It's gonna be /label/label1. Man, that's bad. String score. And I did 2 parentheses for some reason. Cool. Man, that's a fucking horrible reference. I am not a fan, but at the same time, if it works, cool, sure. So when we die and we create our game over, we want... No, we're actually gonna have to create the instance now. New game over equals... We're gonna have to actually hold on to this. New game over, and we want to go new game over dot set score to be score. Yep. So now when we die, we get we forgot to do score plus, so we want to go score plus the score. So now if we die, it should say score 0. We can keep going. 250? Score 250. There's one just minor bug I've been like avoiding this entire time. My rate of fire timer is annoying. And auto starts. So I'm going to turn off auto start. There we go. For some reason it was auto starting and literally giving me like a 1 second delay until I could shoot. So that's a quick little bug fix. Jesus Christ. Well, like, I'm gonna like, what now? Like, we've kind of finished. It's weird. We got music, we got audio. Like, it looks shit. I really want to change these enemy sprites. I think they're the worst part of the game. I don't know, they just don't fit the aesthetic. They're like weirdly nuggety and like, you know, like the player is a triangle surrounded by triangles that fires lines at people, and like I feel like the people they're firing lines at shouldn't be like a collection of squares. They can be squares, but they should be like one square. I think that we need some consistency in this art style, so I'm gonna modify them. I have to open a sprite, which is in Steam, because that's how I have it. I just remembered that Lawbreakers open beta is on at the moment. Fuck, I'm gonna have to play that at some point. We may do like I might stream it. I don't know. I don't know if my internet can handle like playing online games and streaming at the same time, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't like this. It looks weird. So, what I think is we just, first of all, we get a real red. We were kind of kicking ourselves in the teeth by not having a real red, and we just, no, it's not what I want. I reckon we just do that. Is that even like even? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not in the slightest. I'm gonna start in this corner. 3, 3. And go down to 61? 60. Yeah, 60. Chicken Nugget Wars? Maybe if like McDonald's hires me to make a game, I'll make Chicken Nugget Wars, but I think for now, honestly, I just want red squares. I think red squares will look better. Ooh, the classic import loop. That's always a good one. We're gonna have to re-quick to the project list. Oh, can I click the button? There we go. Twin stick. How does this look? First of all, they're still brown, so we're gonna have to change that. They're still very brown. I want to put them back to red. I want to make them red again. Scene, sprite. Where's my modulate? Let's modulate, let's go to white. Let's just go to white. Control S, run. Make them not red, maybe brown. Yeah. I don't know, I like red. I'm a fan of red. They're just very spooky squares, which I'm okay with at the moment. I'm just kind of enjoying myself. This music's really nice. Like, the music I think is the best part of this game. And partly, I think the music's the best part of the game because it's the one part that wasn't made by me, if you think about it. So really, that's just kind of sad. But I mean, it brings together the whole. Man, I'm really having trouble killing that one. It really brings together the whole experience. I think the background needs to change color. Look, I'll level with you guys. I've been wanting to do this kind of thing for years. I just want to go ham. Let's do a grid. Let's do a grid background. File new. How big do I want it to be? Well, I mean, I'm just doing a grid, and I know. Let's just do like 100 by 100. Let's just do a grid. I've been wanting to do this for fucking years. Let's get my colors. Can I just erase just new palette? Can I just clear my palette? Create palette from current sprite. With 0 colors. Awesome. Okay, we have black. Let's start with black. That's not at all what I wanted, man. There we go. Alright, so I want to get like a little, like I want to get like a dark blue. I am a fan of dark blue as like a background color. Like a good deep dark blue. Start with that. Alright. And the color. So we have a blue player. So blue on blue I don't mind as long as this blue's dark enough. We have green radar indicators and we have red enemies. What color? I want to do like you know, like what am I like? I'm gonna do like this kind of thing, right? Like this kind of like synthwave garbage. So like that. But obviously because we're a top-down game, we kind of have to go like just like that. Yeah. I mean, I've been considering learning shaders, so we can get the grainy effect later. That's not a but I want to get the grid. So we have like the dark blue background. Yeah, I think deep purple, like a deep purple or a pink, I think is what we want, because that'll work well. So luckily, because this is 100 by 100, if I just go with like and we're being zoomed out twice, so I gotta remember that. We're being zoomed out like to twice the size. So I'm gonna add that to my palette first. Let's get it's like a deep purple. I think it needs to be brighter in general than the grid, but a deep purple. Does deep purple mean a dark purple? Or like that purple? I mean that's a deep as fuck purple. I think, did we fuck up by choosing? No, we didn't fuck up, it's fine. I need grid lines. Can I get grid lines in this? Frame, select, view, grid settings, grid 16 by 16. Can we make them like 2 by 2? Okay, thanks. That doesn't help. Layer settings. Shit, where was it? View, grid settings. Let's do them 10 by 10, because then I'll be able to see. Let's do them 5 by 5. Okay. So I want. Is that like the center of my grid? I think that is. So there. Boom. And on this one, boom. Alright, that's because if we tile it, I'm just gonna replace the old background. Fuck it. Yeah, absolutely. So if we tile this, alright, what does it look like? Well, it needs to be set to things. Arena, open an editor, background. Yeah, that's the color. So it needs bitmaps and it needs repeat. Oh, absolutely. It's kind of huge. Why is it huge? It's a 100 by 100 image and it's as big as the fucking screen. Like, oh no, it's not. Okay, we're good. Let's play it, see what it's like. They need to be bigger. They need to be. I think they need to be smaller. Also, do they need to not be parallax? Questions. No parallax and small? Maybe no parallax and smaller. I'm going to keep them on a parallax layer. I'm also going to make them a I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make so sprite size. So for 100 by 100, I want to try going down to 32 by 32. I'm gonna turn off the grid. View grid. Can I just like disable it? Zero zero. That didn't work at all. Parallax looks cool. Okay. I still think it needs to be smaller. Because the thing without parallax is that we can get like... Without parallax, we can do like... Oh, that's not... That hasn't come through at all. My idea with that, without parallax, the walls of the arena will line up with... They might line up still. Smaller and no parallax would be better to make it less distracting. Yeah, so the walls line up with the grid. So it kind of gives you like a better indicator of where the walls are. I kind of like no parallax. Because there's some cool shit we can do with this stuff later on with sort of screen shaders, which I've never done. Like that's kind of why I'm doing this really minimalist style, is because I want to fuck with shaders later on. Do like some glow shaders, maybe do some cool color shaders. Parallax is good. Man, you guys are giving me like mixed fucking things. I'm gonna have to like, we'll try it. We'll see with parallax. I'll see what it's like with parallax. I mean, I don't know. Like parallax is a cool effect, but this makes it very much feel like we're this obviously makes it feel like we're above the ground, right? Like we're like floating above. Yeah, it's growing on me. I mean, we'll keep the parallax for now. It's in, so we'll just keep it. You know, it's not hard to go back and forth. So I think we'll keep it for now. We may as well. At least it's there. It adds more. I mean, you know, it makes the game look slightly more interesting. So I guess, you know, at this stage we'll take anything we can get. Let's do. So we got that. What's on our? Change the artwork. Yeah, we've done a bit like that. Change asteroid sizes slightly. I kind of don't want to. I think the current squares look fine if they're all the same size. It was when we were trying to make them like kind of unique with like the weird, janky, like nuggety thing that we were trying to, you know, making them different sizes would improve it. But I think because they're all just squares, they're all this yay for democracy. There's like 2 of you. It's like, God. Good democracy. So I think the artwork for those asteroids for the moment are fine. Make the sounds less sucky. You can't hear them over the music. It's fine. Change the artwork. Yeah, we've kind of done that. So we haven't. So we're running out of things. Particles for when things spawn. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do like a quick little particle effect for when something spawns. It does like a you know, does like a little poof. You know, so we'll do that. We'll do a little poof when something spawns. We should do it on everything. So we're gonna make a new. We're gonna instance it. Well, we're gonna do it once and then just copy it over. Essentially, particles 2D. I'm a huge fan of this particle shit. I think it's really cool. Spread 180. We've already decided that size needs to. Oh, excuse me, that size needs to start off really big. I kind of want it to be, I think having like a really low explosiveness is good. Emit timeout, we'll just do like 0.1. Amount, I think we can get away with just 10. No, we can't. Man, really like, it's really like wrecking us. Okay. Most of them fall downwards. Spawn random enemy spaceship every 2,000 points, which shoots at you for bonus points. I am actually, yeah, I'm thinking of once we get this all done, we do a different enemy type. Something a bit smarter, something that can actually like sort of actively kill you instead of just being a floating thing. Yeah, doing something every 2,000 points would be a good idea actually. Well, because we can actually define we can define it based on the wave, because there's always a certain number of points each wave. Because obviously there's a certain number of enemies each wave. AI? Oh, don't worry, I've done a lot of AI. AI will be fine. Well, we'll do behavior. Behavior is a bit easy to do. It is the same as AI, it's just a sneaky way of saying it. So instead of AI, you know, because there's all different types of AI, we just go, you know, when the player does this, respond by doing this. You know, it's fairly simple. I think it'll be like, you know, if you've ever played like the first Doom game, all of the enemies in that game have really sort of simple AI, simple behaviors. But when they combine them together, it creates like interesting sort of moments. We'll split the income of this game 75-25. Dude, 75% of nothing is still nothing, so I mean, you know, whatever you want, that's fine. So what are we looking like at the moment? I want it to be faster. Let's speed it up a bit. Let's go like 100. 100's a good number. Boom. They last a long time. Let's go like literally half the time. I think they need to be like, so make it like really fast, but let's like dampen it. Let's dampen it a little bit. Damping 10. Is that what I'm looking for? More damping. Yeah, it looks okay. We'll use that for now. I think white is fine. Imploding particles for spawning. Oh. Imploding particles. Can we do that? Direction. Can we just go like -1 direction? No. Direction like 180? What does direction do? No, that doesn't change it. What is... I think direction only matters if you have a different spread. If you have a spread less than 180. Imploding particles. Can you do imploding particles? Imploding particles are... Shit, can we? I don't know if we can with this system. Yeah, kind of like the particles are coming together to form the ship. Yeah. I think, yeah, because this kind of implies that things are like popping into existence. It's like, boop, you're in existence now. Whereas like, yeah, imploding would be cool. Can we do imploding? I don't know, because the way these particles are sort of working is that you have an emission point. So you have a single point where all the particles come from, and then they move out based on just like simple sort of physics calculations. How would you do imploding particles? Let's Google it. Imploding particles. Da, da, da. Well, that's telling. Google is like, here's the page for particle systems. Missing imploding. So I'm not sure about imploding. Google seems pretty adamant that imploding is straight up missing from the particle system Godot, but maybe can you do imploding particles? Particle systems 2D. What does Godot say? What do the documentation say about this? Direction. Apparently we have gravity. I don't think we had gravity. Gravity direction 0. Spread, linear velocity, spin velocity, orbit velocity. Gravity direction. Apparently radial acceleration is to get things to slow down. Apparently. Yeah. Tangential and acceleration, damping. Initial angle, initial and final size. Yeah, I don't know. There might be a way to like trick it, but because with like exploding, it's all starting from the center and moving out, so they're all being emitted from the center. But with imploding, you have a ring of emission. You don't have a single emission point. You have like a point that they're moving towards. So like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we can do it with just this. You'd probably have to write our own particle system, which, man, that ain't happening. I mean, Jesus Christ. So what am I looking for? This is entities. We'll put in the player. We'll just call it like spawn. Spawn.tscn, and we'll rename this to spawn. So I'm going to open up the player. I'm going to add that spawn scene that we had, spawn, and I'm going to have to tell it to emit, which is annoying. Okay, we'll add it to this as well. Please be there. Yes, thank you. So both these scripts on ready are going to have to say basically the same thing. Get node spawn set emit to true. And I'm going to copy paste this. See what it looks like. We didn't see the player one. Okay. We have a similar problem of where the spawn emitter moves with the node. Isn't hugely what I want. So there are little tricks we can do, again, little hacks, little sneaky snakes. I'm gonna put a script on this. I'm going to make it a built-in script because it's really going to be minor. And it's just going to be on ready. We're going to set process to true. On ready, we're going to have a variable, which is basically the position. Fixed pos. Set to vector 2. I'm going to go fixed pos equals get global position, and then on every frame delta we are just going to set our global pos to the fixed pos. Boom. So now when we spawn, it shouldn't move. It should just stay still. Yeah, like that. Looks a bit weird. I think the particles need to be bigger, but it's a start. Should make the particles bigger. Let's make them bigger. They're quite small at the moment. Initial size 10, final size, let's make it 5. Let's make initial size like 15. Make that like 7. Let's make them real chunky. Yeah, it's a lot better. Man, I'm bad at my own video game. Alright, we're good. Alright, spawn particles. Cool. Are we looking good? We are looking good. Particles, yeah. Alright. So, let's like write things that we were gonna do into this, get into that later section. Wanted to do like enemy ship. That's gonna be like a big thing. I think that'll be really cool. Enemy ship, Jesus, I don't know, like high score table. I mean, yeah, at some point we're gonna have to do like player like lerp movement. Like it's gonna have to happen at some point. I've just been like avoiding it. Power up pickups. Oh, what kind of power ups though? Like power ups. Like super shooting. Do you want to do like we could do like stuff in like those shoot 'em up games where your guns just get like ridiculous. But I feel like that'll get really easy and like the game would just become like way too easy at that stage. So like temporary power-ups would probably be good. Homing missiles. Yeah, what if we made bullets home? Like home in on enemies. That's doable. It would be cool because we have like this trail. Especially because we have this trail of like after the bullets. And like they all go really straight, so you have this feedback of like bullets go straight, but when, you know, we could have them start like curving towards enemies and stuff. That could be really funny. That would be some pretty advanced yeah, it'd be like some pretty crazy advanced math. Quite a lot of lerping. Enemies with more health. Yeah. We could do the we could also do the larger asteroids that split, so we have like the multi-stage asteroids. The key with those will be having them done in such a way where it's not just like it's really easy to just like blow them all up. Lives. Yep, lives. Jesus, we have a bit of a list now. Let's prioritize this. In terms of things that are easy, lives would be easy. Larger asteroids would also be reasonably easy, kind of, maybe. Power-ups would probably be quite difficult. Would have quite a lot to work with that. Play alert movement, I've been like dreading doing that because we're gonna have to like rewrite a lot of our movement code. High score table shouldn't be that hard. Enemy ship will be fairly difficult. High scores, yeah. I kind of feel like just jumping into the enemy ship. I kind of just want to make it. It seems fun. Yeah, I might just do the enemy ship. Let's touch this enemy ship a little bit. So first of all, I kind of want to rename this to like asteroid. Now this shouldn't break anything. Shouldn't break anything. What might break things is I'm going to rename the file from enemy.tscn to asteroid.tscn. I'm going to run the game and see what crashes. Alright, so this crashed. Asteroid. Yep, that crashed. Cool. Alright. Do we run? Do we have the video game? Alright, the video game works. Okay. Video game works. Around what time will I start daily? I don't know if I'll do this every day, but I seem to be going at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So for context, I've been streaming since how many hours ago? 2 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes. So 3 hours and 40 minutes ago is when I started, basically. So I don't really have much of a schedule. I've literally only just started streaming this stuff. And it may not be daily. It may be like every now and then. So yeah, probably won't be too consistent. Save changes. Yeah, sure. So we've got asteroid.tscn. I'm going to rename the script as well, because the script really should be called something else. Rename. This should be like asteroid. That. Does everything work? We all good and dandy? Yeah, it looks like we are. Alright, no problems with that. That's good. That means the fact that, you know, renaming things didn't break everything is a good indicator that we're not coding like idiots. Means we're doing everything correctly. So I guess now we just make a new scene. And we're gonna make a, what are we calling this? Like an I don't know. It's a spaceship. Let's call it like a fighter. So we have an asteroid and we have fighters, and fighters fight back. They're the assholes of this game. New circle shape. I think we'll just go 16 at the moment. Or 32? I don't know. How big was the asteroid one? How big's the player actually? It's probably a good indicator. Player is 32. Okay, cool. And we're gonna save this in enemy fighter.tsn. Normally I would do a better job of this stuff. Happy Independence Day, you non-Americans. Oh yeah, it is that thing that you guys celebrate. I have absolutely no cultural connection to Independence Day whatsoever. We have like Australia Day and that's about it. And that was months ago. Oh, Witcher the Enhanced Edition, man. So, man, I'm like blanking out at the moment. Let's just put a script on this. Let's just start with the script. I don't want it to be built in. That's silly. Fighter. So, let's get a list. Let's get a list of what the fighter can do. So the fighter can move. The fighter can shoot. The fighter can die. Yeah. That seems to be it. And the fighter's kind of smart. He's got a bit of a brain to him. He's kind of AI. Australia Day is piss up and barbecue day. Yeah, basically. And it's like Triple J hottest 100 day, and you know, there's always protests going on, which is always good nowadays. You know, it's classic Australia Day. So fighters can move, shoot, die, and they have a brain. This is probably the kind of thing where, you know, how do we want to build the fighter? You know, how do we want it to move? Because we have a few options. We can either make a very, very smart boy and who like, let's get paint up. You know, and this is all like, you know, some of this is harder than the others. Like if we have our little player here, you know, our fighter could be like, it could just be a dude that just like tracks the player down and just like just shoots forward, just shoots bullets forward, and just sort of always like homes in on the player, and that would be pretty easy, and it would be a good sort of like, you know, we could make them fairly weak but kind of just like pesky. You know, we could like put lots of them in the field, and then later on we could do like, I don't know, feel like a more advanced type of like enemy, which again, this would be like quite difficult. Like maybe a dude who can like strafe around and stuff while like firing in at the player. So like they're actually kind of difficult to take out. Yeah, I think an enemy that homes in would be good for this, at least in terms of like stepping stones. You know, we can get to the crazy advanced sort of enemy later on. I think for now, like as like the fighter, it could just be like a sort of fairly zippy, yeah, slow or zippy. We'll see what it sort of plays like. Just like a fairly zippy thing that is sort of comes in and fights you and whatnot. All right, let's have a think. Let's just set up some simple stuff. I am like brain farting slowly. I may have to take a break for an hour or so in a bit, but we'll see how far we get. Fixed, process, true. All right. Func, fix process. So, oh Jesus, man, this is like real daunting. I think I'm at the point where I need to take a break for a bit and eat some food and actually have lunch. We've done a lot today. I may also stream tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's like Wednesday. Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow. So I think I'm at the point where I need to take a break. My brain is slowly shutting down and disagreeing with me. So we might end it here. Plus my internet is slowly starting to cock it. So I think this is my internet telling me that it's time to stop and let my internet recover. So we might leave it here. We'll do the fight. We'll look at the fighter tomorrow. That's what first thing tomorrow we'll look at this fighter. I'm gonna save this list. Because yeah, that'll be a cool thing to do. So I mean, we did pretty well. We got pretty far. We got a cool game. We got some slightly better graphics. We got some hilarious music, which is all very funny, and we got some more particle effects. So I think we got a good start. I think now it's a case of making the game harder because it's currently piss easy. Adding in some like different enemy types, and then we might actually have something really cool. So cool. Thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks for chatting, throwing your ideas at the screen and having them appear. Should probably do this tomorrow, same time. So I'll post on all the same places as I posted this time. So cool. Thanks for coming, everyone, and we'll get this going. We'll get a sweet twin stick shooter made in 3 days, maybe 4 days. Who knows? We'll see how many days it goes for. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.